The first pitch to Boston Bruce. It's going to be a ball down and away.
5 pitches, 5 balls for Cutter Schwarting. Make that 6 balls as that one runs inside to Boston Bruce. Mustangs looking to continue to have a good game so far. They're up 5-0 here on Joplin. Just had the 7th inning stretch. We're getting pretty close to the end of the game. That pitch is lined over into right field and caught by the right fielder. Brady Stoll, out number 1, opposite field hit by Bruce, but that held it in the air just a little too long. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th, as coming up to bat is Jaden Little.
So Boston Bruce gets an F9. As Schrack still stands, he'll stand on first comfortably. We've seen a lot of 2-out, 1-out magic for the Mustangs. Little's hit by a pitch, makes his way to first, and Schrack advances to second. That brings up the designated hitter, Micah Kobachevsky.
Second hit by pitch today by Jailbird pitching. But 2 men are on for Kobachevsky as that first pitch is taken outside for ball 1. Schrack over at second, Little over at first.
Kobachevsky watches the 1-0 for strike 1. He was able to find his way to first for the first time last inning, where he tripled and drove in a run, extending the Mustangs' lead to 3-0 before they scored 2 after that. He was one of the 3 runs that came across in the bottom of the 6th.
Couple more fireworks out there in the distance that you can see there, folks. We're going to be getting a heck of a lot more here in, well, maybe even just 30 minutes.
So Schwarting goes down 3-1 in the count to Micah Kobachevsky. Kobachevsky saw a 1-2 count before he tripled, but he'll be walked. So now the Mustangs have bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th inning. We're nearing the end of game time here in just a couple innings. The Mustangs have a commanding 5-0 lead against Joplin as they'll call out to the bullpen. And we're going to take a quick break here on your home of the Mustangs. Schwarting stays on the mound for Joplin after a lengthy mound visit from the head coach for them. He stays on the mound with bases loaded, and that'll walk in a run after he hits Gundelfinger on the foot. So runners will all come around. Schrack scores, Little moves to third, Kobachevsky moves to second. Gundelfinger stands on first.
Oh, probably one of the most embarrassing ways to let us run score is by hitting a batter with the bases loaded. You're taught as pitchers to just pound the strike zone, and Schwarting not doing that at all. Only 2 strikes so far combined in his entire night. Sitting at now 11 balls compared to only 2 strikes. Kurt Belton takes that one down low and inside. Counts now 2-0. Belton last came up in the 6th inning. He singled and scored. He's 2 for 3 tonight with 2 singles. Also had a stolen base last inning, so a good night for him. He sends that soft grounder over to short base. The throw over to first is not in time. Is in time. I'm sorry. His run over to first was not in time. But a run does come home, so a fielder's choice 6-3 ground out is the second out in the inning. But another run comes home to make the lead now 7-0 in favor of the Mustangs.
Chris Coy will come to the plate. It'll be his 5th time at the plate tonight in the top of the 7th. Excuse me, not in the top of the 7th, in the bottom of the 7th. He'll look to get something started here for them as he doesn't quite wear that one on the hip. He backed out of the way of that one.
You know what I'd love to see now, Gabe?
What's that?
I'd love to see a 3-run homer and have this game get run ruled now that we're in the bottom of the 7th, so that I can go lay down.
It is possible. Tyler's struggling over here after eating 7 hot dogs.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do not recommend it. Not one single bit. But if you do decide to eat 18 hot dogs, get some quality meat, get some quality dogs.
The 2-1 to Chris Coy. With the fireworks going all around.
Sun has set here in St. Joe, and there go the fireworks.
Swings on that 2-1 that made its way past the catcher.
I'm just ready for Phil Welch to show all these people off. Be like, hey, you guys are having fun with your store-bought fireworks. Look what we've got.
Yeah, look what we have. Fireworks show last night. Ball gets past Williams and a run comes home. That's the 3rd run scored here. The Mustangs now 2 runs away with 2 outs from run ruling Joplin here in the bottom of the 7th and getting out of this one just over 2 hours of game time. So Chris Coy now stands at a 3-2 count after 3 runs have come across. Gundelfinger stands at 3rd. That one is called strike 3. It's inside. Chris Coy having words with the umpire because he was headed towards first. It's a questionable call there as it rode the inside line of the plate. So Mustangs lead 8-0. We're going into the top and bottom half of the 8th inning. To round this game out, Mustangs lead 8-0. Hines still on the mound here in the top of the 8th. Leading off for Joplin Jailbirds will be Stoll, Charlotte, and Tucker. They look to avoid a 1-2-3 inning as Reagan and then Williams got on base, and then Gomez shut it down with a 1-6-3 double play to end the top of the 7th. We now enter the top of the 8th with the Mustangs up 8-0. Stoll swings on a 2-0 count, grounded over to the second baseman track, and he makes the play for the first out of the inning.
Got a job there by Schrock, being well positioned at second to make that out. One out here in the top of the 8th, and 9-1 due up. Charlotte, who on the evening is 1 for 2, only his 3rd time up today, but he does have a single. That was all the way back in the 3rd inning. That's one of only 3 hits tonight that the Jailbirds will be able to muster against Mustangs pitching.
Hines gets a nasty release on that one as it flies behind the back of Charlotte. A 1-0 count to him. Out one delivered, gets the outside edge for strike 1. A 1-1 count to Charlotte with 1 out. Out one high and fouled off for strike 2. 1-2 now.
Nice foul tip into the mid of Austin Bruce. Schrank liking that high fastball. We'll see what Hines is able to do. And he swings and misses there, and another high fastball goes down and on a strikeout. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th.
That's Charlotte's second strikeout this evening. The Jailbirds in danger of going 1-2-3 yet again tonight. So with 2 outs, nobody on, Hines stands on the mound staring down Tucker as he comes to the plate. He singled and made his way around to third in the top of the 6th, but has yet to get on base. As he swings at that one that was high and away. It's nothing but a miss for him.
Tucker coming in today, a .448 batting average, 20 steals, one of the most gifted offensive players in the entire Mink League. Probably would have for sure been a lock for the All-Star game had it been continued to be scheduled, but with the postponement, well, probably this will be the second to last time we'll see him here at the Phil.
The 1-1 is turned 2-1 after a ball thrown low and away at the legs. So now the 2-1 from Hines. Delivered, swung on, driven high down the left field line. Belton's going over to get it. Now I don't know where that one went. It never came down from the sky.
Probably hit a firework.
I wouldn't be surprised. There's plenty of fireworks here going on at Phil Welch as the surrounding areas celebrate. So the 2-2 delivered, swung on left field side. Gundelfinger, Coy, Little at first, not in time for out number 1. It's Little went into the splits to get that one.
Infield single for Tucker makes it a 1-out base, a 2-out base hit. Got a man on for the 2-hole hitter coming on up, Eric Williams Jr., who is 0 for 3 tonight. Had a great game against us a couple days ago, but hasn't been able to find the same success today. 2 flyouts and a strikeout swinging.
That one lined through the right field side. Tucker rounds second. They're gonna just get it into the infield as runners now sit at the corners. Tucker on third, Williams Jr. at first.
Little 2-out rally here for the Jailbirds. 3-hole hitter coming on up. Vanderhaar. Excellent opportunity to finally get the Jailbirds on the board, but Hines looking to keep this a shutout. He's 1 out away.
Check swing down low and away for ball one. Vanderhaar stands at the plate.
It was a good pitch by Hines over the plate, but just a tad low.
Oh, and a big swing and a miss from him. So he's rung up for strike one. Watches that one, ball two. Game slowed down quite a bit here. In the later innings, as Mustangs lead 8-0 in the top of the 8th.
If the Mustangs are able to hold on, they only get to have 3 more outs that they have to play with.
Gundelfinger fields it over to Little for out number 3. And the run does not come across, so the Mustangs keep their lead 8-0 here going into the home half of the 8th inning. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back to the home half of the 8th inning, where the first pitch to Frank Gall runs way inside for ball one.
Frank Gall will lead us off here in the bottom of the 8th. On a 1-0 count, he swings and drives that one left center field. It finds its way back at the wall. He's rounding second, he's going for third, and he'll get his second triple of the night with nothing but ease. Lost that one in the fireworks smoke as it went up towards the lights and it completely vanished. Had to squint out there to the left center field to find that one.
You know, I don't blame Tucker out there in center. I couldn't see that ball either.
A well-hit ball, though, by Frank Gall to kick it off here in the bottom of the 8th.
Game-ending run now here at the plate in the form of Braden Lukehart. He takes that first pitch outside for ball one.
That one gets away from Williams at the plate. Schwarting still pitching for
Mustangs looking to ward off Schwarting. When ward off the Jailbirds.
The 2-0 delivered, swung on, driven high towards right center field. That one will come down into the glove of Tucker in center, but Frank Gall makes his way home. Mustangs lead 9-0 here in the bottom half of the 8th.
Mustangs now 1 run away from ending this game prematurely. But overall, Gabe, what a complete difference that this team has made.
A huge turnaround from the last couple of nights. Last night, a tough game. They were down 5-1 going into the 3rd and 4th innings, but came back and won that one 12-5 after 5 scoreless frames from Bryson Augustin on 6 Ks from him. And Haru Takakawa tonight, man, he had himself a night. 6 scoreless frames from him with 10 strikeouts. But following him, Braden Hines, he's had himself a night too. 2 scoreless frames. Actually, about a... No, yeah, 2 scoreless frames from him. And only given up 2 hits. Strack now faces the 0-2. Watches it outside off the arm of Williams for ball 1.
Strack 1 for 3 tonight, but he also had a run scored and a run driven in. He's had a good night and proving to be a useful part of the middle part of this Mustangs lineup.
The 1-2 delivered, swung on, and the bat goes flying down the right field line. It is a little humid out here and not enough stickum from Carson Track as he strikes out. Throws his bat down the right field line.
Yeah, that woke the crowd up. Mustangs having built a good lead and then seeing that bat fly nearly the entire length down the first base side. But he is the second out for Boston Bruce.
That one down the middle for Bruce. Strike 1. The 0-1 finds its way inside at the knees of Boston Bruce for ball.
So 1-1 count now here on Bruce, who's had a solid night. He's 1 for 4. Drove in a run back in the first.
That one driven high, short of the right field line. It's a foul ball as Jones was making his way over to it, but couldn't quite get there in time to make the grab.
Jones tried to make a basket grab with a left-handed glove, and that ball just gets out of it to make the count stay at 1-2.
So the 1-2 to Boston Bruce. Delivered, swung on, and driven back into the net for another foul ball from him. He's doing a good job staying alive here in the bottom of the 8th as they're 1 run away from going up 10-0 on Joplin.
City of St. Joseph celebrating a little early tonight. Getting a little bit more here in probably about 15 minutes. That goes high, makes the count 2-2.
If the Mustangs don't score here, the top of the 9th will be Joplin's last chance to score any runs at all before the Mustangs beat them. If the score stands as is. The 2-2 from Boston Bruce.
Mustangs are currently up 9-0. If they are able to get a shutout tonight, that will be their 3rd shutout of the season. And that would make them in sole possession for first place in the Mink League and when it comes to shutouts. So despite the up and down season, great couple of games here.
Boston Bruce check swings one down low. He didn't go. That's a walk for him. He makes his way over to first after getting on base his 2nd time. His 3rd time.
Bruce, the game-ending run, sitting over at first base. Coming up for Jaden Little. He's had a productive past 2 innings. He's come around and scored both times on his 1 for 2 night.
That one, a short chopper up the middle. Boston Bruce settles in at second. Jaden Little gets a base hit on the first pitch he sees, so he'll make his way to first. Boston Bruce stands at second. Kobacheski comes to the plate.
Kobacheski with an RBI triple back in the 6th inning. Putting on a great showing as well in his return to the lineup after a day off yesterday. It's 1 for 3 with that RBI triple. Also walked and came around to score last inning.
Boston Bruce, the winning run 90 feet away. If they're able to close it out here. Mike Kobacheski at the plate with 2 outs. Fireworks going off on the distance. First pitch high and away for ball 1. Kobacheski tripled earlier, driving in a run. Then he came around on a run for himself on a 3-1 count bottom of the 7th. So he scored in back-to-back innings. We'll see if he can score here or drive across a run. Check swing didn't go, but it's strike 1. He takes a step back.
We have a good crowd here tonight. 30,518 people made their way out to the Phil. We've had a pretty record-setting weekend these past couple days.
The 1-1 swung on, driven up the middle, knocked down by Schwarting. The throw is in time. That's out number 3. So the Mustangs need to close out the top of the 9th to get the win against the Joplin Jailbirds. They lead 9-0. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back here. We're in the top of the 9th for the St. Joe Mustangs. They lead 9-0 against the Joplin Jailbirds. A complete turnaround from Thursday night after they fell in a 12-8 battle. Landon Reith comes to the mound for the Mustangs to close it out. Jones, Reagan, and Williams all due up for the Joplin Jailbirds.
Reith hasn't seen a lot of action lately, but he does have a save on the season, so this is another opportunity to close out a game here with the Mustangs up 9-0. Delivers that first pitch to the cleanup batter, Blake Jones, high for ball 1.
the 2-0 now. 2 straight balls from Landon Reith. Just needs 3 outs to get the win here on the 4th. The first back-to-back win
since June 11th.
This will be huge momentum for the Mustangs going into the back half of their season, as playoffs just 3 weeks away.
Coming up in the next couple days for the Mustangs. Tomorrow they visit Clarinda, so a long drive tonight as there's a strikeout by Jones. First out here in the top of the 9th. A very pivotal game as they are 0 for 3 against Clarinda so far this season. Desperately in need of a win to catch them in the standings. And then after that, they travel all the way out to Kirksville to visit the North Missouri Natties before coming back home next Wednesday for the St. Joseph All-Star Game. Different from the Mink League All-Star Game. From what we've been told, it's probably going to be a police versus fireman matchup. Details forthcoming on whether or not that will be broadcasted here Wednesday night.
So Reagan now comes to the plate. He's down 1-0, swings, drives that one down the right field line. It'll go fair. Gall gets that one in, holding Reagan at second.
Rocco. Rocco's not a rock.
Yeah, something like that. So Williams comes to the plate with 1 runner on in scoring position, but a deep hit ball would be able to put this one away. Score the first run of the inning. That first pitch rung up a strike. Williams ties the count at 1-1.
After falling behind all 3 batters that he's faced, 1-0. Reith trying to fight his way back in. Already got an out, but a double there with 1-out double puts a man on second. Counts now 2-1 here on Williams.
So the 2-1 to Williams, 1 runner on. That one swung on, driven to the left side. Coy's there to get it, throws it over to first in time for out number 2. And the Mustangs now just 1 out away from getting a win here on the 4th of July. The fireworks just moments away.
Mustangs 1 out away from securing their 3rd shutout victory of the season and their 2nd win against Joplin this year. The chance to tie the season series here when Joplin visits, I believe, next Saturday for the final time this season.
First pitch outside, ball 1.
$3,500 patiently waiting for this final out so that we can get this fireworks show on the road. Or I should say the Mustang sanctioned fireworks show.
2 balls, no strikes. Ball 3, so 3 straight balls to Gomez with a runner on, 1 out away. And strike 1 is delivered down the middle to Gomez. Reith starting to fight his way back. So Reagan doubled to right field. It found its way into the corner, put him on second. Gomez watches another one in there for strike 2. A 3-2 count to Gomez.
Gomez steps out of the box. He was not liking that pitch called by our home plate umpire. But this is what baseball is all about. Full count, top of the 9th, 1 out away.
The 3-2 by Reith. Delivered, swung on to the left field side. Misplayed by Gundelfinger, and he slips and falls. As it gets through, he'll find his way to second as the Mustangs were just one strike away. Gundelfinger slipped and fell on the infield grass as Smoke rolls over Phil Welch.
That was a big bounding ball down the third base line, and Gundelfinger unable to get it. So second error of the evening given to the Mustangs as there's men on second and third now. The 8-hole hitter Brady Stoll comes on up. He's 0 for 3 tonight with 2 strikeouts. Lefty on lefty matchup now with Reith and Stoll. And he beans him in the back. Bases loaded. Joplin not going quietly as the 9-hole hitter Elijah Charlotte making his way up now. Final chance for the Jailbirds. Stoll on first, Gomez on second, Williams over at third after the first 2 batters were retired via the out. First pitch is lined over to shortstop, over to Chris Coy for out number 3. The game is over.
Chris Coy able to make a fantastic grab there at short. And the Mustangs come away with their first back-to-back win since June 11th. And they shut out the Joplin Jailbirds, winning that game, tonight's game 9-0. Upcoming fireworks will take place here at Phil Welch. And we will see you all next weekend. My name is Gabe Porter, with me Tyler Ingerbauer. Thank you for joining us this week. The Mustangs go 2-1 on the weekend. We'll be back.
We'll be back on Friday for sure. But we'll see if we're back on Wednesday. We'll keep to our socials. We'll let you guys know over there on Instagram and X. We will also be on Facebook. But nonetheless, make sure to like, follow, subscribe, share our videos, share our games with your friends and family. Mustangs love their country. The Jailbirds don't, as they end the night with a 9-0 victory over Joplin. Thanks for tuning in, folks.